everyone, welcome back, or welcome to a new Minecraft server. So we're here on a 1.7.2 world, and you heard that correctly, 1.7.2. You're probably wondering, what the heck, why are we on 1.7.2? That's so weird, right? Who plays on 1.7 still? And you might be wondering, okay, maybe modded servers run on 1.7, but no, this is 100% vanilla. We are running a vanilla jar. So we are running vanilla, 100%, right? And yeah, a lot has happened. The server's been up for about 3 days now. About 3 days. And yeah, that means we aren't that developed. And that's why I'm asking, hey, you guys can join our Discord server, link in the description. Please join it so you guys can check out our application process and see more from the server. If you guys are interested anyways. But yeah, there's a few more things I want to talk about. So yeah, there's a lot going on. I've already played 11 hours, about 11 hours, or 0.51 days, so about 12 hours. So yeah, I've been pretty active on the server, about half a day. So there's a few things I want to talk about. So yeah, obviously our spawn chunks are right over there. So we haven't moved that far from spawn because, we just haven't had the time to move anywhere. It's been 3 days. And you can notice that massive railway up there. That is going towards our iron farm. That's designed by JL2579. So, yeah. Once again, we're in 1.7, and this iron farm still works in that version, as far as I know. So if I hit F3A, you can see the villagers in there. That's a weird bug. So you can see villagers in there. If you can see them anymore, villagers are in fact there. Alright. So we check inside this chest. It is in fact an iron farm. We are gaining iron. Not very fast, but we are gaining some iron, which is better than nothing. And yeah, right over here is where we spawned in. You might be wondering why I don't have recordings of when we first spawned in. And that is because I just didn't have the time to set up recording. I was pretty tired at that point and been doing work all day. So that's something. Editing, whatever. And yeah, so once again, not a lot has happened. It's been 3 days. And first day, we were able to build the cells for the villagers, but not quite get the villagers. We set up the infinite villager breeder right there. And yeah, and then over there, we also have some small tree farm right there. Quote-unquote tree farm, not automatic though. And then you saw our little base up there. So we've been living in this village right here. And you might be wondering, where are all the villagers? We probably put them in holes somewhere. They're in holes somewhere. And we had a lot of good luck. So there was a chest in here with 1 diamond in it. And there was also, really close by was a desert temple. So we were also able to gain another 3 diamonds from there. This is a set seed. We manually inputted the seed. Meaning, yeah, we basically, Pineapplecake set up a massive seed finder to find a really good seed. So this seed is a double monument, double ocean monument, like within 32k blocks of spawn, a quad witch hut, a triple witch hut, and this is all within 32k blocks of spawn, so really close by. And a whole bunch of mesas and whatever. And we spawned in this acacia biome, and we could get lots of stuff. We also wanted to make sure that our spawn wasn't full of water, because if you think about it, we don't have any slime blocks in this version. We don't have any observers in this version. It'd be a pain to clear out water. So you didn't want an area with lots of water, because otherwise it'd be much more annoying to dig out and whatever, clear water. And we just simply don't have the resources right now to, set up a machine. And by then, the machine would already be really complicated. So, yeah, it'd be very difficult. Alright, so getting into the mechanics of 1.7, compared to 1.12 and newer versions. For example, okay, here, let me launch a 1.12 client and I'll show you something. Alright, so you should be able to see my screen. So if I quickly maximize this tab. So you can see, I'm in 1.12 and I hit F3G, you can see these little blue bars right here. These little blue bars. And in this version, that's what we represent in subchunks. So we're in 1.12.2. Or at least 1.12 right now. I'm on a vanilla 1.12 client. So, yeah. If we hit F3G, you know how it shows chunk borders and whatever, right? So the thing that we need to know and realize is in newer versions, these subchunks don't matter as much, because in 1.12 spawning goes by subchunk, and there's subchunks going up. So if I head up, you can see there are multiple blue lines separating each subchunk. And each subchunk is represented by mob spawning, or at least that's its intended purpose, as far as I know. That's what it's used for mainly, at least for farmers. So I place some stone right here. Mobs can spawn on there, and in newer versions, it's block by block. So right now it would be on Y6 or Y5, right? So it'd be Y5 would be the block. So you're looking at negative 28, 5, 14. So the subchunk level in newer versions would be Y5, or at least the spawning layer for its algorithm. However, in 1.12, it goes subchunk by subchunk. So it goes these blue lines by blue lines. So it would go up from this subchunk, and then we place another block right here. Then it would raise the subchunk level, going all the way up to the 16 blocks. While in newer versions, it would just go up to the single block. I'm not sure if that made any sense, but I'm not good at explaining things. So the difference between 1.12 and 1.7 is if I add the block right here, then that would raise the subchunk, and if I remove it, then the subchunk will stay, right? So if it stayed, then everything was good, right? It stayed, which means it's back on one subchunk, which means we have maximized spawning. The difference between 1.12 and 1.7 is if we add another block, then it raises the subchunk permanently. I remove the block, I remove all of these blocks, the subchunk is now on subchunk 2 permanently. Basically meaning that nether spawning is completely different. So there's no point in breaking all the bedrock on top of the roof, at least for this version. And you might be wondering, oh, that's not that great, because, fast mob farms are just not capable in this version. There's no point in taking a perimeter and putting the mob farm really low down, because obviously it wouldn't do anything. The subchunk level would still be higher. So, another bad part about this, these two going hand in hand, is also in also in 1.7, if I place, like, a torch right here, just any old torch, and I just place it, then it raises subchunk level. Light updates, raise subchunk level. Glass raises subchunk level. All this stuff raises subchunk level, causing very, very, very slow mob farms, basically. So stuff like that is really bad, really bad. So if I head back over to Nullspace again, basically there's that issue. So we can't really use those type of mob farms. However, an upside to it is with villagers. So, you all know in villagers, I'm pretty sure, that you would need to feed them in order for them to breed. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you need to give them potatoes, whatever, for them to breed. You don't need to in this version. So, villagers are way better in this version, in my opinion, because you can get really overpowered stuff from them. So, you can get a villager that trades unenchanted stuff, which might think, oh, that's kind of boring, but you can get someone that trades literally every single item. And that's what we want to get in this version. Yeah. So, basically, yeah, we have a lot of stuff that we need to go over. So, villagers, you would normally need food to breed them. In this version, you don't. You just need a few doors. That's why we have so many villagers, but, like, so little food. Because, I mean, we would need a lot of food in order to breed all these guys, but we don't need to in this version, which is really useful. Villager trades are way different. Completely different. And, yeah. A lot of stuff is different. A lot of stuff. Once again, we don't have any slab blocks, and everything else is way more expensive to get and way harder. Hunger has not been improved until 1.11, so we still have a really bad hunger system, which is not great. Yeah. But we have some really good update suppression and stuff like that. Go check out Pineapplecake's YouTube channel down in the description to find out some really cool stuff you can do with 1.7. Please, I'm begging you. Actually, please. There's a lot of cool stuff that you can do. Yeah, there's not really much else to show now, but, yeah, that's some of the cool stuff. I can show you some of the redstone contraptions that we have. We have a chicken farm right over here. It's not the best, and someone killed all the chickens, which makes me really mad and sad at the same time, because I loved those chickens to death. But that doesn't matter. We also have this AFK mining system, so you basically just take this repeater, and you run up to here, and you place a little repeater right there. And it basically just, sets up this pulse extender clock right here. And you can just head right here, and you can just start holding down left click. And the idea would be, it would transfer, as soon as this would come out, it'll transfer this, a item in here, so I can represent it with this stick. So after a while, here, let me put in a few sticks in there, actually. So every once in a while, they'll, transfer an item through. So basically the idea is those would be pickaxes, and you would be mining those cobblestone, and whenever your pickaxe breaks, you would be refreshed. So basically that's the idea. The only problem with a system like this is the fact that you can pick up the cobblestone and it'll completely screw up your AFK session. But other than that, though, it works fine. And then when you break this repeater, the clock will stop, and the items will go back inside the dropper. Yeah, that's basically it. There's not really much to show off. Alright. And you notice that everything looks really primitive. Like I said, this server is only 3 days old. It is very new. Very, very, very new. If you walk in here, you can see items inside the chest and whatever. We don't have that much stuff. And the server's hosted in Germany, so it's kind of hard to... My ping's not the best, so that's not great, but it's better than nothing. Anyways, guys, that's it. There's not really much to show off. A little bit of a sub-chunk explanation on why we chose 1.7 and the downsides to 1.7, but we have a lot of cool stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff you can do, but a lot of limitations at the same time. It's a really nice challenge. Alright. Once again, check out Pineapplecake's YouTube channel. Please check out the Discord server. I would appreciate that quite a lot. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't mind me being a Steve because skins aren't rendered fully in this version. But anyways, see you guys later. Bye-bye!